Unreal Engine 5.8 can now turn any video into mocap. It requires no suit, it runs locally on your own machine, it is free, and the results are great. So a lot of people are now declaring that all other similar tools are dead. But is that really true? We are going to find out. I'm going to show you how things work in Unreal Engine and also how to bring your mocap back into Blender. Alright, to get started, you're going to need Unreal Engine 5.8. And when you install it, make sure to enable the Metahuman core data. If you haven't installed it initially, you can always go to this menu, Options, and enable Metahuman Creator core data, and then apply, and that will download an additional 6 GB, and you'll have everything you need. Something else you're going to need is the Markerless motion capture plugin. So we have to go to Fab and search for Markerless here, and here it is. And here, press the install plugin button. Here I had a little gotcha, it wouldn't install, so I had to close the Epic Launcher and run it as administrator, and then it worked. And by the way, this plugin is another 5 GB that you need to download. Once you have that, you can create a new project. It doesn't matter what kind of project it is. So I'll start mine. In Unreal Engine, go to Edit, Plugins, and we need to enable a couple of plugins. Type Metahuman, because it's all tied into the Metahuman system. And you want to enable Metahuman Animator and Metahuman Animator Markerless Motion Capture. And I believe the core tech is also necessary. And you do not need Metahuman Creator if you only want the mocap. But I'm going to enable it because it is going to allow you to preview the mocap inside Unreal Engine. Then you'll need to restart. Next, go to Tools and click on Ingest Server. And then again, just below Ingest Server, start the Link Hub. And that will now launch a whole new application that kind of works with Unreal. From this window, switch to Capture Manager, click on Add Mono Video Ingest, click this new entry here, then go to Take Directory and click the 3 dots, then navigate to the folder where you have your footage. Now select your footage and click Add to Queue. I don't think you need to tweak any of these options. Next, we need to click on Start, but if you click on that and you get an error, go to this menu here, choose Settings, enable Use Third-Party Encoder, and then just below it, you need to point to ffmpeg.exe anywhere in your system. Chances are that you have ffmpeg on your system because it is widely used, but if you don't, just go to Google and look for ffmpeg download, and you'll find it. With that, you should be able to process the footage without a problem. So click the Start button, and this process shouldn't take too long. So we're done here. We can close this window, and then go to Content, Capture Manager, Imports, Mono Video Ingest, and here I have a previous test. This is my new one, so I'll open it. And right here, I'm going to click and go to Metahuman and create a new Metahuman performance. Open it up. And from here, select the capture data. Now we have to specify what you want to extract from this footage. We have facial tracking and body tracking, and I definitely want body tracking. So I'm going to enable it. And here we see the mocap skeleton that will be used. And in my previous tests, I didn't use facial tracking. I'm going to give it a try now. And because I only have 6 GB of VRAM, I kind of ran out of VRAM and it slowed things down. So what I did is I pressed Ctrl-N and created a new open world. And I also made the window really small, so that way it's not rendering much. And now I'm going to open the performance again. I'm tracking the body and the facial, and I'm going to click the process button. And this is where things will really take time. I have 30 seconds of footage, and I fully expect it to take 15 to 30 minutes. I'll let it finish, and then I'll tell you how long it took. Okay, it took about 20-25 minutes. Next, I'm going to create a Metahuman so that I can preview this motion capture. So right-click here, Metahuman, Metahuman character. I'll go into presets, choose any preset. I'm not an expert on metahumans, and this is not meant as a metahuman tutorial. Now I need to create a full rig for it. Okay, this took a minute, but now it's done. I also need to download texture sources. I'll let it finish as well. Okay, and finally we need to go to Assembly and click Assemble. And this will finalize the metahuman and it will let us use it in our scene. Okay, it's all done. Let's try to apply it. I'll press Ctrl Shift and S to save everything. My actual metahumans should be here under metahumans. That's the one I want. So I'll go back to my metahuman performance, and under visualization, I'll look for my mocap test metahuman. Press yes here. And here's our guy. And it seems to be working beautifully. I'll save again, and it's been asking me to restart since I created the metahuman, so I'll do that quickly. Now to test the results inside the actual viewport, I'll create a new scene, and I'll make it a basic one. I'll create a new level sequence. And I'll grab my metahuman, bring it into the sequencer, and drop it in here. Create a camera, and I'll point it towards the metahuman. Select the camera, go to Details, Focus, and we can use manual focus, something like this. Or track the metahuman so that it's always in focus. And I wanted to apply the animation, but I actually forgot to export the animations. So I'll go back to the content browser and the metahuman performance and click on Export Animation. Save it. These settings should be fine. And here it asks me if I want to make the animation compatible with my metahuman. If I understand this correctly, I'll say yes. Then back in the sequencer, to apply the animation, I can go to this plus button next to the body, animation, and select the animation I just exported. I'll bring it back to the beginning. And now currently nothing will happen because the control rig is overriding the animation. So if I right click on the control rig and mute it, then we'll have the animation playing, and I have to do the same for the face control rig. Just mute it. And our body and face animation will be playing. In the folder with the metahuman performance, you should also have the audio, so I can drag and drop it into the sequencer. Not sure if this is the best way to do it, but it seems fine. 5.8 can now turn any video into mocap. It requires no suit. From here, you can render it out. And actually, I highly recommend that you also enable the movie render queue. Save everything and restart. And now the movie render queue will allow you to render out this animation properly. I was having a lot of issues with the old one, so definitely use the movie render queue. And now if you want to export this mocap out of Unreal for Blender, Maya, and so on, you could simply right-click on this animation asset that we created and go to Asset Actions, Export, and export it as FBX. That is totally fine, but you're getting a very complicated skeleton with this. For mocap, we want a more simple skeleton. So the simplest way to do this in Unreal is to use the many skeleton. If you're not in a third-person preset, you can go to Add Feature or Content Pack, and choose third person. So now you have the third person blueprints and stuff. So now again, I'll go to Content, right-click on the animation, and in the search, I'll look for Retarget Animations. Choose the simple many skeleton, and here I'll choose my animation. And just like that, the retargeting is done. It's amazing how simple and fast it is in Unreal. Now I'm going to export animations. Click Export. And now this is the retargeted animation onto many. Now I'm going to right click, Asset Actions Export. Save it as an FBX. Now in Blender, we can just drag and drop the FBX, but instead I'll go to File, Import FBX Legacy, select my mocap, and under Armature, enable Automatic Bone Orientation. And this will give me a skeleton that is simpler. Now it still has unnecessary bones, so I decided to create a little script that will automatically clean up the rig for you. I'll link to it, it's free, and you just download it, install it, and you'll find it in the end panel, Retarget Helper. Select your mannequin rig and click UE5 Mannequin Cleanup. And it will clean it up exactly as you need it for retargeting, but the animation will be unchanged. The toes is the only thing that I didn't want to touch, so they'll be pointing down, but it shouldn't be a problem. So in the beginning, I wanted to answer the question, is the Unreal Markerless mocap the best out there? Is it going to kill all of the other similar applications? The final quality is definitely very good, especially when the character is not moving in space. It almost looks like a Rococo suit motion capture. If your character starts moving around and doing crazy stuff, then the quality can drop and the limitation of a single camera mocap become more obvious. And there are some clear disadvantages. For example, the mocap generation process is quite slow and it requires system resources. You're looking at least 15 to 20 gigabytes of disk space for the engine and the plugins, at least 6 gigabytes of VRAM and 32 gigabytes of system RAM. And because this feature is new, it is still kind of full of gotchas. I'm sure these will be smoothed out over time, but for now, your first couple of tries will probably be bumpy. It took me about a day to figure everything out, although I hope this video makes things easier for you. If you go to addons.cgdive.com, where I organize Blender and CG resources, and go to mocap and retargeting, AI video to mocap, you'll find some alternatives to the Unreal mocap. So for example, if you want a very simple and uncomplicated setup, I would recommend Pinocchio. It's also free and you just drag and drop your footage and you get mocap. The quality may not be as high, but if you need simplicity, it is definitely a viable option. If you need real-time capture, then something like XR Animator is still useful. Unreal is definitely undermining the usefulness of Marionette a little bit, but Marionette is a very streamlined studio software for motion capture. I believe it's also faster, so for many people it might still be a good option. And of course, there are multi-camera solutions for mocap. By using 2 or more cameras, you can go beyond the limitations of single camera mocap. And these are solutions that I'm exploring right now. Mimem is probably the easiest of all. You just drop footage from a couple of cameras and it does everything for you and you get really high quality mocap. Free mocap is a little bit more difficult to set up, but it is completely free and open source. I'm already preparing videos for these other solutions, so subscribe with the notification bell if you want to get notified when I release these videos.